Hello, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. I had to take a couple of days off because of laryngitis, and when you create content, that will kind of stop things in the track, but I was able to do research even if I didn't have a voice that was working for recording. So let's look at something I've been looking at, okay? Apparently, alt media is talking about, and mainstream media is absolutely silent about the fact that the entire 46 administration do not have valid oaths of office on file. Now, why is this important? Okay, what does this signify? We're going to be asking the cards about it, but let's just talk about what is obvious and known here in the everyday world, okay? As always, I've got a short compilation on Facebook. I'll have a link to it, and you can look at these items in greater detail if you wish, okay? So let's see what I've got so far to kind of set the stage here. Okay, it's important to note that a video of a politician taking an oath of office is not sufficient enough to substantiate loyalty to the Constitution. A sworn and notarized oath of office and affidavit is required under U.S. Code 3331. The affidavit itself is to confirm that you are not a bot politician. No wonder they don't have them on file. And then here's a copy. You can look at this link to the government form that they have to have notarized and on file. And there's even a time limit for it, okay? Now, here's what speculation is. If members of Biden's cabinet entered into office knowing they planned to act unconstitutionally, it might be a plausible assumption that they were protecting themselves from future charges of treason by failing to submit a valid oath of office. Because if you never submitted an official oath of office, you essentially have not taken a pledge to fulfill the duties of the office in a constitutional manner. It would be impossible then to charge them with treason. However, it could be argued that these public officials owed us their loyalty and failed, and that this could be misprision of treason. Okay, now, 17 hints about this very situation back 3 years ago, okay? All right, here are some of the JAG numbers for charges. Treason's here, then misprision of treason, rebellion or insurrection, seditious conspiracy. He's hinting that there are many other ways, even if this was done as some sort of a tricky means of avoiding the military tribunals for treason, okay? Now, this breaking story came from this Rumble channel. As far as I know, this was the one that broke it. I'm including the link to that on my Facebook page. As always, when I list another content creator or an item they have, I'm endorsing only that one item, even if in some cases I might be able to give you a total thumbs up for that person. I'm just want to be clear that at this time, for this channel, this content creator, this was a good interview with an attorney that was speaking about it. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to share is this. All the oaths of office that the 46th cabinet have are defective. They're not notarized, there are no start dates, and they have not sworn that someone has not paid them to take that office. For instance, if they are being paid by a foreign source to take the office, it means they're not loyal to the people. Gee, haven't we been seeing that? And they're being controlled by a shadow government. Without valid oaths of office, everything the 46th cabinet has done to this point can be nullified. And in my opinion, should be. Okay, so my personal opinion, Laura's view on this. This was deliberate on the part of all of these officials to avoid having an oath of office on file in the manner that was prescribed by law, to avoid being charged with treason, which meant that kind of speaks to their plans to be treasonous while they're performing what should be their oaths of office. By the way, our video is being photobombed. You've seen Alieska in the background there, and Chloe's not quite in camera range, but she is being sedate and taking a nap, so you can see her there on her little bed. And I can tell by Allie's bright eyes, we'll probably be seeing more of her running back and forth. So does this mean there's an endorsement of this topic by our animal friends? I don't know. I do know that they get active around the video when there's interesting energy present. Okay. So here's what I want to do today. Let's ask the cards about this oath of office situation. Just to inform and advise us about it and give us further insights if they're available, you know, about the cause, the effect, and the if there's any long range expectations with this. You know, when I think about how we were all very interested about those classified documents found in his garage with his Corvette, and then all of a sudden one's talking about it, you know, because what, we saw a balloon in the sky. I mean, time and again, this administration has what would with anybody else be reason to move forward with lots of fallout for the person involved, and nothing happens, and nothing on the obvious stage. So let's ask for insights and information about this entire cabinet having defective or missing valid oaths of office notarized and stating that they're not being paid by a foreign entity to do what they do under that while they're performing those duties. Let's see what the universe wants us to know about that entire situation. So what's going on? Let's find out. So this oath of office situation for the 46th administration, what does the universe have to inform and advise us about it? And it should be a huge scandal. I know they're going to try to ignore it and do something that distracts us, you know. Let's see what's going on though. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Tower card that keeps showing up for number 46. Our first card is the Five of Swords. Then we have the Empress, Ace of Swords, Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, I'd like to share with you the insights I'm getting from the cards. And then, as always, we'll look at the elements in the cards that led me to make those statements. First of all, this was a very deliberate series of actions or non-actions on the part of the cabinet of 46. Okay, they were hoping that it would be a clever way to avoid consequences without realizing that the lack of this almost guarantees them to be known as agents of compromised actions at the very least, and possibly paid for and working for foreign entities. Okay, there are other ways to be guilty of treason than beside violating an oath of office. All right, the reason I say that is we have the Five of Swords for the situation. Now that's about a strategic win, okay? So that tells that there was strategy involved with these actions, okay? Getting a little further insight here from the Empress card, which means it's favorable for us that we're getting this information out and it's being made public now, okay? So it doesn't look like the protections that they hope for are going to continue for them. Why do I say that? The recent past, we have the Ace of Swords. So this information is getting out, even though the mainstream is trying to suppress it. Okay, and swords are our written and spoken word, which is what we're asking about here with the oaths of office. Now let's look at the current. The current, it's causing all sorts of consternation. I can just hear the calls and texts going, but you told me no one had ever figured this out. You told me this would not be made public, okay? Now, again, let's look at the near future, and that's where it's looking good for this to be impactful, if not the straw that breaks the camel's back for 46, okay? Why I say impactful at the very least, we have the Eight of Swords here, which is one of a card indicating some compromise and waiting. They're waiting to see how this is going to all fall out and if it can, like so many other scandals, be diverted. Because, you know, we've been programmed to have short attention spans and to focus only on the scandal or outrage of the week. All right, but we're waking up from that, aren't we, folks? Okay, we got the Ace of Wands here showing up, which is a card of success and new beginnings. So it is going to, there are going to be, I believe, some resignations as a result of this. There are going to be some changes, not necessarily the path to justice that we would all like. And this is part of, this card indicates a firm foundation, okay? When you have a firm foundation, it means that this information is solid. It can be acted on, it will be used, it will help make a difference as we move forward and get rid of and nullify some actions that have been done by this administration and clear the air and the path. Let's look at a couple other cards for insights and information, remembering that these are going to be additional cards that are looking forward, but they're less impactful than these. We have the Page of Swords showing up. Again, swords are kind of our justice suit, okay? And this is a card of truth and diplomacy. So where we have the waiting here, there is some negotiations going on in the background. Maybe people are getting a chance to fess up and come clean, and that will help build other cases. We have the King of Swords showing up here. Definitely a very strong white hat card, often indicating Mr. T, but the alliance, the white hats in general. So justice is going to take a part and play in all of this. It's already happening, okay, even though it's not in the public eye. We have the Knight of Cups here, and then our final card is, which makes sense, they're going to try to distract us, look for false flappy things, okay? They're going to try to muddy the water and divert attention from this very real issue that is firmly based in legal precedent and can be acted upon. It's amazing that this has gone on and it's just now seen the light of day, but it is impactful, it is important. Was anyone else hoping to see the Tower card? I was. So let's recap. We didn't see the Tower card. This isn't going to be the straw that breaks 46's back, but it is impactful. We were asking the universe for information about this recent reveal that so many in the 46 administration do not have valid oaths of office on file. And again, we now understand that just simply seeing them take an oath of office in a video isn't what is required by law of our officials. They have to actually sign and notarize and date and do it within a certain window of taking office, an oath of office. And the cabinet of 46 has not done so. We now know also that this is caused to nullify any actions taken by that cabinet from day one. Interesting information. Then the universe shared some information with us, okay? First of all, we have one of our top justice cards, the Ace of Swords, which showed up in the recent past, indicating this reveal, and this reveal has started getting some information out, and it is going to be layered and useful. Okay. It's causing some drama for those involved, and rightly so. Okay. Then we have Ace of Wands showing up for the near future, saying that this is part of the foundation of, and some of the information that will be used to nullify those actions, to have people face consequences for their deliberate choices, and can't wait for it to happen. Today would be a great day, wouldn't it, for it to all start. We did get some information, though, that the, and this is important for those of us that are awake and watching, there's going to be some attempts with false flappy things or other news items to divert our attention from this. Folks, we need to stop being ADD, attention deficit disordered patriots. We need to keep a list of the things that we want more information about that are current and are important. Whether it's documents stored in a garage, lacking oaths of office, whatever it might be, we need to still keep that as something that we say, yeah, I still want to know more about this. What about this? Okay, and then knowing that they will try to divert attention with sensational news events. Make sure you don't get caught up in them yourself. Have situational awareness when you're out in public, which you should be doing always anyway, because this is a complicated world, okay? So know where your exits are. Sit facing the entrance. Look around. If your hinky meter goes off and you feel like it's a situation, even if you can't put your finger on it, isn't safe, leave. You can buy those shoes or that postcard another time, another place. Okay. But it's important for those of us awake to be mindful, and self-care does include that situational awareness. Don't feel guilty for honoring those feelings and those nudges that you get for situations and actions that happen. Okay. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed, and especially those who've had to resubscribe. Those that have been patient when they click the like button and nothing happens. Yeah, YouTube, we're watching you. We know what you're doing, but we're just going to laugh at it, because my self-worth is not tied to how many subscribers I have, what kind of ad revenue I get, or how many like buttons get pushed. Okay, my self-worth comes from way more than that. And you're part of making me have that good self-worth. And I hope I can return the favor to you, because you all deserve the absolute best outcome for every positive thing you're trying to do, add, or layer into your lives. So till next time, love and light, and all things bright. Bye.